Hello my crafty friends, this is Mary. I'm so glad you could stop by Cardz TV today. I've been making a lot of Easter cards with bunnies and bears and cute little things like that, but I thought I needed to make a card that expresses the true meaning of Easter. So that's what we're going to do today. We'll be using the Cardz TV Easter Blessing stamp set. This has several scriptures on it, and we'll be using He is Risen and Have a Blessed Easter. Now, this is going to be an easel card. So I've cut this beautiful purple cardstock at 4 1/4 by 11 inches. And I'm going to take my Martha Stewart scoreboard, and we're going to score this at 5 1/2 and at 8 1/4. And this will be the base for our easel card. And I'll get this out of the way and we'll get this folded. Now we're just going to fold on the score lines. And this makes the base for our easel card. And I think most of you know how to make one. And on the front right here, I've cut a piece of purple cardstock that's going to be attached at the bottom, and this was cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So we're going to put our base aside, and we're going to go ahead and work on the front of our card. And I've got some really pretty floral paper and some more purple. This is K & Company, and I believe it's Brenda Walton. And I just love it. It's got this beautiful, very pale green background with lots of pretty purple and lavender and yellow flowers, and there's a butterfly. It's just really pretty. I've had this for a while, so I'm not sure if you can still get it or not. But any type of really pretty floral paper will work for this card. Now this was cut at 3 3/4 by 5. That's going to go on first. Then this next purple mat is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. I love layers on cards, don't I? And then this second floral mat is cut at 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. I'm going to grab my ATG gun, get these adhered together, and get these on the card front. Now the front of our card is ready. Now I've cut these images using my Silhouette Cameo, but I'm going to tell you where to find practically the same images in the Cricut Elegant Edges, the New Testament cartridge, and also, let me see, what is this other one? Straight from the Nest, so that you can make this card with a Cricut as well. Now, I wanted to put this beautiful cross on the front of this card, and you can find this same cross in the New Testament cartridge, and that would be on page 27, and here it is right down here. It's the very same one, but I used image number 17252 in the Silhouette store, and I've cut this at approximately 3 inches high by 1.68 inches wide. I've gone ahead and layered it together, and I don't know if you can see this, but before I attached the drape or the shroud, I ran the cross through the Cuttlebug Distress Stripes folder to give it more of a wood-like appearance, and then I took some Tim Holtz Tea-Dye Distress ink and went over it to make the wood grain really stand out. But I think it turned out really pretty. And this is the same purple cardstock as the card. Now I wanted a mat to put this on, so I've cut a shadow and then a mat out of this very pale green, and this came from the Silhouette store, and this is shape number 46566. The light green I cut at approximately 2.125 high by 3.895 wide, and the purple shadow was cut at 2.25 high by 4.120 wide. I know I went really fast, but I'll have all this at the end of the video, so you can look at that and jot it down. I'm going to adhere these together put those right there in the center and then get the cross on top of that. Now, in the Elegant Edges cartridge, I found a shape that is almost identical to this, and it is on the very last page of images, page 70, and there it is right there, and it also has the shadow you can cut. The only difference is this has a little bit of a rounded shape on either side, but you could put that in your trimmer and trim that off, and then it's exactly the same shape. So that's in the Elegant Edges cartridge on page 70. So I'm going to get these adhered, and then we're going to come back and add some corners to really make your eye get drawn towards that cross in the center. I took my two-way glue pen and adhered the cross to the mat, and I've got the mat on one thickness of foam tape, and I'm going to put that right here in the center. So it's got just a little bit of dimension. That is so pretty. Next, we're going to add these decorative corners, which once again will draw your eye right to that cross. And I found these in the Silhouette store, and they're number 47382. And I'll show you in the Straight from the Nest Cricut cartridge where you can find some corners there as well. And I've cut these at 0.75 by 0.75, and I'm going to attach these with my two-way glue pen. That is so pretty. Okay, in the Straight from the Nest cartridge, that's a cute little cartridge. Every page in here has some kind of a little corner on it. This one has got a scalloped edge all the way around, and I think that would be very similar to this one and look really pretty on there. I got all my corners on, and I had these beautiful little lavender flat back pearls from Recollection, so I put one in each corner, and I think that's just really pretty. Now we're ready to attach this to the base of our card, and it's going to sit up like that. So we want to add our adhesive right down here only, and then we're going to take our card front and just line it up at the sides and the bottom and get this attached. Now you can see we've got this all attached, and it's going to sit up just like that, but we need a stop right here to hold it up. So I cut two more of these same shapes. I cut one out of green and one out of white, and I've gone ahead and stamped my sentiment on there using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. He is risen, have a blessed Easter, and then you can sign your name right there. Now I cut the green one at 2.125 by 3.895, and the white one is cut at 2 inches by 3.665. And like I said before, I'll have all these dimensions at the end of the video. And I've got this on one thickness of foam tape, and that raises it up from the bottom of the card, so it's just right for holding your card open. So when you do this, just determine how high you want your card to sit. If you want it back this way, then you need to move your stop up. But I think right about here is just right. So I'm going to take the adhesive off, get this attached, and then I've got some larger lavender pearls, just like these. These are also from Recollections, and I'm going to put one on either side. So I'll get this adhered down, and we'll come back and take a look at this finished card. Here's my finished card, and I think it turned out really, really pretty. And then when you stand it up, you can read the sentiment right there and still see that beautiful cross with the corners and the pearls that just draw your eye right to that cross in the center. Now, when you mail this, guys, I would take a piece of cardstock and lay in the front and slide this into my envelope, and that would keep your pearls from popping through the paper envelope and keep them secured to your card front. And another idea, I don't remember where I heard this, but if you send this to someone who maybe has never seen an easel card or a pedestal card, take a picture of it, just like this, so that they'll know when they get it how to open it and display this. I thought that was such a good idea. So there we go, guys. A card for the true meaning of Easter. I hope y'all have enjoyed today's video. I really had a good time sharing this with you, and I will see you again soon with another card. Bye now.